Good evening, everybody. Today I got an opportunity to speak with long term residents in an RV park, um, people that have been working at a local truck stop for quite a few years, truck drivers, um, and I'm seeing a consistent theme. This consistent theme is people are feeling defeated. They're perpetually giving up. People, in an RV park, the ones that have been there for several years, that, you can tell it was a really nice motorhome at one point, but now it's mossy and there's a lot of stuff collected around it. And you can just look at it and you can feel the pain. You can feel the depression that these people are living. And then I went into a diner this evening, and the people walking in front of me was a man probably about 60 years old, and then a woman, and this woman about the same age, and come find out they're brother and sister. Well, she has appears to be a severe medical condition to where she walks literally bent over, staring at the ground. And I observed as they were walking in, the brother kept like pulling on her shirt, saying, "Stand up, get your head up, don't embarrass me." And then as we walk through the first door, go through the second door, he literally puts his hand on her forehead and pushes her head up like that and says, "Keep your head up." And her head went right back down. And I kneeled down on the ground right next to her. And ironically, her name was Nancy. And I just kneeled next to her and I said, "How's it going, Nancy?" And you know what surprised me? She wasn't mentally ill. She was very alert, very clear, and articulated her words quite well. And she said, "I'm doing okay." And I said, "You know what? The view down here is probably a little better anyway, isn't it?" And she said, "A lot of times I think it is." And I told her, I said, "Well, I just want to let you know I care about you." And she reaches over and she grabs my hand. She didn't say anything, she just squeezed it tight. And I could feel her answer. That touched her heart, that somebody's willing to do that. Now stop and think about it. This person's life, most of us would consider a nightmare. But just because I checked in with her, it touched her heart. And the reason why I'm pointing this out is I just want to remind all of us in the world that are taking care of elderly or taking care of mentally ill siblings or physically disabled veterans or people with Alzheimer's or any of this. What we can't forget is no matter how they act mentally, their soul is still healthy. Their soul still feels trauma. Their soul still feels love. So if you have a parent, and someone who's dear to me, this is going to strike home with her. If you have a parent that is, close to passing from Alzheimer's, that's not even able to communicate, I encourage you, please, don't worry about talking. Just kneel to the person, put your hand on their heart, and just close your eyes and concentrate and feel love. Everything in existence is vibration. So don't fool yourself by thinking that you have to run your mouth in order for people to know. You know as well as I do, animals can sense things. we sense things. Once our physical brain, our illusion, deteriorates so far, the only thing we have left is our heart, and you better believe it becomes more alert, and it's very in tune. And further into the mill, if you will, I observed the brother. Nancy had her head down, and she was going through her hair, kind of like getting rat tails out, and just minding her own business and just doing this. And then her brother takes a pin and pokes her right on top of the head on the soft spot and says, "Nancy, show your face." I have to be honest. It took a lot of restraint not to go to that table and scoot the brother over and sit next to him and look him straight in the eyes and tell him, the way you're treating her is abusive and it's unacceptable. But what I've learned is nobody really wants to hear what I have to say. That doesn't mean I'm going to shut up. I'm still going to defend the people who can't defend themselves. So please, if you have somebody that's mentally ill that you're taking care of, when they get you to that point where you just want to snap and you just want to say something mean or you just want to do something that you can get away with, please don't. Because if you're mean to somebody that is disabled, or if you're mean to somebody that is mentally ill, the truth is you're more mentally ill than they are. If you're in a position to take care of somebody that can't take care of themselves, feel honored. Don't feel like it's a boat anchor. Because if you truly feel it's a boat anchor, get the hell out of there. Stop doing it, because you're not doing anybody any good. If you feel anger towards another human being, remove yourself from that picture. Don't fight with fire, because you're more mentally ill than the person that started it. It's basic common sense, people. And all I want you to do is remind yourself that, hey, if you're not giving love, you're feeling sorry for yourself. Truth of the matter. I will stick to, though the exception is, unless a person is truly mentally ill, I mean like schizophrenic or something, anybody who hurts you physically or sexually, which is physically, there is no justification. Remove yourself from that person. I don't care what it takes. If you have to walk away from every ounce of your possessions, remove yourself from that person, because you deserve better. And if you're a person that has anger issues and you have hurt loved ones where you feel is uncontrollable, you didn't mean to, you have anger issues, you're trying to get help, you're an alcoholic, you're trying to recover, you're a drug addict, you're coming down, I don't care what the excuse is. If you feel the need to physically or sexually abuse somebody, remove yourself from the situation. For that matter, remove yourself from society. Go out to some BLM land and camp for free for 2 weeks. You can. I've done it. And concentrate on yourself. Because guess what? The person you're physically or sexually abusing, it's not their fault. It's yours. You're the one who's mentally ill. If you cannot control your anger enough not to be abusive, but let's expand that even further. If you can't control your anger enough to not say unkind words to someone else, or to not judge someone else, like a homeless person crossing the street in front of you, or a kid wearing his pants dang near down to the back of his knees, or the person that is sitting at the stoplight looking at their cell phone when it turned green. If you find another human being that is pissing you off, reality check is you're the one with the problem, because you don't know what their story is. And we've all seen in my documentary, people don't listen. You judge. Everybody knows none of us have the right to judge, but every single one of us judge every single day. And then we wonder why life can suck. But hey, I'm not pointing fingers. I'm not judging anybody. I mean, look at our system. Look at, when's the last time you guys have listened at a elementary playground during recess? You get an opportunity, pull over. Don't be a creeper, but pull over and allow yourself to listen. I lived within 500 feet of one until the bomb got set off at my home. But as I gained my consciousness, I started listening more to everything. And what I realized is at an elementary school on recess, the amount of anger and the amount of screaming and the amount of drama that goes on. Sure, you can say, hey, they're kids, let them play, let them be kids. You know what I say? Bullshit. Teachers, do not allow kids in grade school to be drama queens. If they can't not scream, then they need to preoccupy themselves doing something else. You're setting the foundation for our society. So if you turn your shoulder to the bully, you are a major problem in the society. If you turn your eye to the little drama queen that's always, causing drama, and you don't do what you can to try to get her some counseling so she stops being that way at her young age, you are partially to blame for the future of our society. We all need to start taking responsibility, because we are all responsible. Please for 1 minute step back and remember, we are all one. And if we are all one, and you hold judgment or anger towards other people, they're part of you. So stop and think. Might that be why we have such a huge depression issue in the United States, in the world? Might that be why we have obesity issues? Might that be why relationship success is so incredibly low? I mean, shoot, most of us can't even listen. Can't even listen when I'm just trying to get everybody to love yourself unconditionally, undeserving, so that you love everybody else that way. But anyway, today I definitely felt the sadness of the world. It doesn't make me sad. It just makes my heart kind of ache. Because each day that goes by, I'm picking up other people's energy like you would not believe. The more that progresses, the harder it makes to be out in society. I still force myself to do it. You know why? Because I love everybody. And I cannot stop trying to get people to love themselves. I will not stop. I mean, consistently I'm seeing the same result. They can only hear so much, and as soon as I raise their eyebrows, I know it's within a minute that they're going to find a reason that they have to get going, even though they know it's true. But we all want to be at peace. And let me remind you, happiness is your transition towards peace. Happiness comes and goes. So those of you that think you're very content and very happy in your life, I want to remind you, you're stagnant moving towards your consciousness. In other words, you're stagnant moving towards your being one with your God or your universe or whichever, your energy, wherever you get your energy from. Don't get comfortable in your happiness. Those of us that tend to be more conscious than others have gone through the worst things in life. We don't want other people to feel the way we've felt. Now, those of us who are in those shoes, like myself, we should be so thankful. So thankful that we had such a rough life that finally got us to pull our head out of our butts and wake up. Because I tell you where I'm at, I don't care what tomorrow brings. I know it's going to be good. I know it's going to be positive. And I know no matter what, I will still be at peace. It's true. You know, I refuse to accept the negative. I only find the positive. I have unconditional love for myself and for everybody else. How can you possibly find something wrong with that? If you can, you need to do a tremendous amount of self-reflecting and ask yourself, how do you ever plan to be one with your God if you can't even find peace within yourself? Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.